Sup girls and guys, Giovanni here, and I'm gonna talk about some things I would like to see in the second season, and none of these things are in any particular order. With that, let's begin.
Alright then. On with the show.
Number 1. Vampirina gets better at hiding her identity. It was basically a running gag in season 1. In season 2, she should be better at it. The fact Disney made a whole compilation of her identity getting exposed is why it's so laughable. Plus, it shouldn't just be her vampire identity, but keeping secrets in general. Number 2. I didn't really talk about this before, but I do not want Brittany and Demi to become a couple. I just don't see it, nor buy it. Number 3. More vampire hunters. I'm sure there are more out there that aren't related to the Van Helsings. I mean, V's dad said all of them wear rings. Picture this. There's a group called the Blackmores, and on their ring it says BM for their initials. Not only that, maybe it's a whole community. There could be millions of vampire hunters in the world that get together and gloat about who has killed the most vampires. The Van Helsings are the number 1 in the community, or if you want, you can have them be in a heated feud with another Van Helsing or vampire hunter, should I say, family. The Blackmores versus Van Helsings. All of this would be more so a Eli thing as he dives deeper into that world. Number 4, learning about Brittany's home life. Number 5, visiting Transylvania. What I like is that Kenzie wants this to happen.
What's going on in the more Transylvania side, like with V's parents? Because, girl, why didn't they come and pick her up when she was having fritzing troubles?
Just like season 1, I not only want to hear about how V grew up there, but see some flashbacks throughout season 2 as well. I'm sure V has friends there. How do they feel about her leaving, especially at a young age? Number 6, seeing more locations throughout Wilson Hall and learning more about the school. Number 7, Michelle Harris's Ruby,
say her name and she appears,
returns to cause chaos again. Number 8, these are some episodes I can see from the animated show being done for live action, at least for season 2. If you are an animated fan, you will know what episodes I'm talking about here. A. V goes on a field trip. B. A Valentine's Day episode. C. Class president. D. Vampirina loses her voice. E. V turns into a frog. F. V, Sophie, and Eli switch bodies. The most recent one I've liked of this is the Wednesday episode one. If they were to do it, they would need to find a way to make it feel fresh. What I do know is when they switch bodies, it should be like the Scooby-Doo movie. When Sophie and Eli become a vampire, they should not be able to control these powers. And so V would help / teach them to self-control it. This would be different from Brittany, who was able to control it. Let's say, not only when Brittany got her powers from V's teeth, it also gave her the memory to self-control it. I don't know. The same thing happens when they get Eli's powers. For Demi, and I could specifically see Sophie being the one to ask this, how come he's not switching bodies? Demi will go on to say, newsflash, I'm dead, remember? I don't have a body to switch. Sophie will say, sorry. Stupid thing to ask. G. V gets a vampire cold. The vampire hiccups. Though I'm pretty sure they will put some vampire spin on the name. With that, this will make the animation fans happy, big boy. And no, I'm not one of them since I've never seen the show. Now, why would this make the animation fans be happy? Because when a Transylvania vampire gets sick, their skin turns blue. That's how you get Vampirina turning blue. Number 9. I want to see Sophie to continue to direct. She directed the V and Eli romance scene, but also in the Christmas episode, she talked about being in theater camp. So, in season 2, that expands by her directing scenes in classes, but also seeing her act. Not saying the DJ PJ thing has to go away, but it just takes a back seat. This can be what Sophie wants to do once she grows up, becoming a director and actor in Hollywood, which kind of reminds me of what Levi and Ivy did during Raven's Home. Also happening during season 2 is that Sophie is going to try to record the monster attacks that the Boo Gang go up against. Number 10, V's grandmother shows up. Number 11, introduce some more school characters. Number 12, visiting the underworld. When this was mentioned in season 1 episode 14, I'm like, I definitely want to go there. And no, underworld and hell are not the same place. Number 13, learning more about Lucian, and Lucian gets an evil girlfriend. Lucy and V look like a good evil couple, and I need someone to take that spot. Plus, they could do V and Eli versus Lucy and girlfriend. Number 14, more horror. I know it's a comedy, but I wouldn't mind this, even if it's just one episode. Number 15, the timeline. I want to know, how would they do it? Based on that ending, you would think it should take place entirely in the summer. But I think that won't be the case. Will the first episode only take place in the summer? There was one monster still in the mirror. So after they defeat it, you would think they would go after and look for the rest. Maybe in the first episode, they mentioned how all summer they looked for the monsters, but couldn't find them. But it's not until school time they start popping up. The questions that would then be asked: why are they attacking the school? Why now? Most importantly, why would they all look human? Will all the monsters have the power to shapeshift, to look human, to blend in?
Well, that's just lazy writing.
The only answer I could come up with is that they are going after Eli and Mariah, since the Van Helsing family have put them all in there. And if you really think about it, season 1 was V's season, and season 2 could be Elijah's season. So that's nice. Number 16. Crossovers and mentions to the DSU. The thing I would like to see Vampirina crossover with is she meets her animated self. It is very simple to do. V somehow ends up traveling to another universe. It shall be a Framing the Roger Rabbit situation. Live action with animation. Of course, I want Janice Brown to return as Billy. She mentions the season 3 events when she shows up. I would like to see Amanda Tepp show up as well as the monotone woman. My idea is she is the principal of the school. First, you finally learn the character's full name. Amanda Elaine Donna Tepp. I really just put all her characters' names she played into one. Second, she quits the school after Boo Gang caused chaos after dealing with monsters. Amanda says, I've had many jobs over my lifetime, being a mall security officer, being a hot dog vendor, working for the president as a tour guide, but this might be the job I have liked the least. After she quits, Dean Merriweather becomes the principal while somebody else takes over the dean position. So the one episode appearance is still story relevant. In terms of mentions, the shows I bring up is not only mentioning those shows, but also continuing their lore and characters in a sense. But it also has to do with what's happening in Vampirina Season 2. I've talked about it many times on how this show could mention Hannah Montana. Other mentions go as follow. I'm in the Band, Austin and Ally, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the Jonas Brothers, Zach and Cody, specifically for the Tipton family and Jesse McCartney, the Cheetah Girls, and that's So Raven, in where Larry is mentioned. It really all pertains to the singers from those shows, all being popular musicians or still a popular musician in the universe now. Sabrina, that is part of the supernatural element of the show. And number 17, folks. I don't care how it's done, but season 2 needs to end where you are satisfied. This could be the final season because I'm tired of Disney shows ending on cliffhangers. And I'll be honest with y'all, I've been thinking about it more recently that I could see this show going 6 seasons. 16 episodes and not ending like I've been predicting before, is that it ends at the season 3. And so it ending at season 6, the show will end with Vampirina graduating high school. I don't want to get my hopes up if season 2 ends on a cliffhanger and then it's just canceled, because if that happens, this is the last Disney show I watch, especially now that Wizards it's coming to an end. Now that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let me know, what do you want for Vampirina season 2? But with that being said, get your fingers up and say it with me, bye bye.